Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's EJ Marino and this is About Last Night, the show where I talk about the movie I saw last night. We're gonna jump right into the movie that I finished up last night, slept on it, had to fester on all of the insanity. Yes, I am talking about the new Netflix horror movie, Cam.
Who is she?
So over the last week or so, social media has been buzzing about this movie, Cam. Blumhouse released it, Netflix has been hyping it up. I've been very curious of what this movie was going to be about. What was the subject matter? Is it going to be for me? I'm really happy I ended up checking this out because Cam is one hell of a terrifying horror film. I think it's gonna get labeled a psychological thriller because there's not zombies or monsters, but no, be a girl in 2018, hell, be somebody on the internet in 2018 and you'll understand that this movie is pure horror. I had such a good time watching this, but at the same time, I was just like, I have to go upload a video about this on the internet. Am I even safe on the internet? And I think that's what this did so well, is show you the dangers of the internet, capture a culture very well, but also have a good film around it. Sometimes I think movies get so stuck with trying to capture a culture or trying to perfectly do something and it feels so wrong and so not connected to the actual material, but not with Cam. I thought this was not only a great PSA about how dangerous the internet is, but a really fun horror movie that had me thinking and questioning everything I saw in this movie. There were so many times that I'm like, well, is that real? But is that real? But what's real? But what's that? It's a sick and weird twisted ride that I thought was going to get even darker, and I'm actually kind of happy it's like normal level of darkness. You know me, I like some weird twisted things, but for this, I'll handle a not too dark film. I don't need it right now. It's almost Christmas time. Give me something fun. Cam is a brand new film from Blumhouse, which is released by Netflix, and this is about a girl named Alice/Lola, who is a webcam girl. She basically does dirty things on the internet, on webcam, to make money. No shame in that. I actually think that's a pretty interesting job. It comes with its negatives, as this one does as well. You see it in this movie. But I thought this plot was interesting. But then all of a sudden, she starts doing a little bit crazier and crazier things to get her webcam show up to #1. She's hungry for that fame. She wants to be like the world's biggest webcam girl. Goals? Sure. Okay. I just want to be a decent-sized YouTuber. You want to be like the queen of the cam girls. I get it. But then once she starts journeying into these darker things, weirder stuff starts happening, so much so that she's locked out of her account and somebody else is streaming. Not pre-recorded shows, not shows that she's done before. These are fresh new shows. These are live shows of a girl that looks like her, that sounds like her, that's on her webcam account. This is a very like, I'm uncomfortable, but even she goes in this movie and I'm like, well, maybe these are past shows that they're recording. But I know this is a horror movie. It is not that easy, and it gets weirder and weirder from there. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens in this movie, but there's the basic plot. Girl who's a webcam girl gets locked out of her account. A fake account starts, or maybe a real account, starts going and making these shows, doing crazier things, making people more comfortable with her, which is affecting her real life. So this is a really fun plot to dive into. If you're familiar with the internet at all, this is a creepy thing that happens all the time. This is like finding out that you have a catfish profile that is living a life as that catfish profile. They're having their goddamn good time in your life through their catfish profile. Imagine that, but more sexualized. There's more supernatural freakiness going on, and that's what I loved about Cam. I cannot tell you exactly what happened in this movie, like what was the root of this evil. Is it supernatural? Is it a glitch? Is it the Matrix? Who knows? But that's what I enjoy, that I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm not enjoying the insanity of all of that. I think this film captures webcam culture very well. From the way the girls have to do those like fake ass like, oh my god, you're my favorite, to the weird noises the token makes, to everything. I don't know, I have friends who do cam work. I do not shame them. I think, like I said, I think it's a very interesting job. But I think it was very weird to see something so niche on the internet. It's like seeing a giant movie about mukbangs or ASMR videos on YouTube, but to see this webcam culture perfectly described, like I said, from how the women interact to how the men interact to that fight for fame, that wanting to be, I'm in top 50, now I'm in top 25, now I'm going to be number 1. That fight for fame is for real. I deal with that on my YouTube channel. I have a certain goal that I want to hit, and I'm going to keep working on it and keep working on it. Do I have to do crazier things? Who knows? But I relate to this girl in this movie. I think a lot of us are Alice. I think a lot of us are this Lola character that we put on for the internet, and then we have to sometimes deal with our internet persona in real life. It's a very great concept, and they captured webcamming very well. They never once made it a bad job. They never once, characters in the movie may have slut-shamed Alice/Lola a little bit, but the movie itself never made me feel bad for what she was doing. I thought it was kind of cool. She has a little schedule going out. She has all these, like, friends that she has, even the other webcam girls. They captured it well. They didn't, to me, demonize anything. They didn't make this seem bad. They just showed you, like the PSA, the real horrors of the webcam world, the real horrors of living on the internet. Not enough movies do that nowadays. I remember when the internet first came out and there was so much like, you can't go to these people, don't talk to people in chat rooms, don't do this, don't do that. Now we don't give out those PSAs as much anymore. We don't let people know the internet is deadly. This is a perfect example why this should be, okay, maybe I was gonna say like, this should be shown to high schoolers, maybe not, but like this should be shown to people who are trying to adventure to make things on the internet and to know it can get crazy. All of this insanity and how perfectly this culture was captured was done by the amazing direction by first-time director Daniel Goldhaber, and also I believe her name is Isa Mazi. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she wrote the script, and I believe she used to be a cam girl and wanted to kind of show her experience obviously in a heightened internet fashion. But I really thought that like these two people really captured this world well. I always talk about it in movies. I hate seeing a movie filled with millennials or filled with a certain demographic of people, and it feels like the people working on it aren't from that demographic, aren't from that world. And I'm not saying a white man has to direct white movies, a gay person has to direct gay movies, someone who works on webcams have to do webcam movies, but there is something to be said from a person who works or lives in the demographic you're talking about their story. That's what this felt like. It felt like someone who has lived this life told me the craziest story about them. Like, girl, let me tell you, so this what happened last night, this what happened. That's what this movie felt like, was like me being to my friend, like, you need to get the hell out of here. If you remember Get Out, I am his best friend being like, do not go to their house. Do not go to their house. I'm gonna be me in this movie like, girl, get off it. Stop talking to these people on the webcam. No. But on top of the direction, because like I said, first-time director Daniel Goldhaber, I am very impressed. I really like the direction. But what he did with his lead actress, Madeline Brewer, who plays Alice/Lola, oh my god, I loved her. Like, from the second she was on screen, I enjoyed everything about her. I want to see more of her. She reminded me so much of the girl who played Tree in Happy Death Day, where I was like, I liked her at first, and as the movie progressed, I was more into her character, more into her as an actress, and I have to say applause to Madeline Brewer, applause to the directors, to the writers, for making me feel invested in this world, so much so that I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to leave, I'm having fun, this is a good time, oh no, it's over. Maybe it should be, because this movie got weird at the end. God, this movie got really weird at the end. Like I said, what this girl goes through, what Alice goes through, what this weird through the looking glass vibe to it, that's what I liked as well. There was some heavy-handed Alice in Wonderland vibes to it, but the directing, the writing, and the acting never went full-on eye roll like, oh, they're homaging this. No, it felt very Alice in Wonderland, but for the webcam era. Wrapping all of this up, I think Cam is one hell of a viewing. Not only did it perfectly encapsulate the internet era, I think it has a great aesthetic. The visuals are amazing. That weird ending with all the mirrors and the cams, I'm not gonna spoil, but that got awesome. I love the whole look of this movie. I love the feel of this movie. This movie made me want to shower very quickly after. I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. I was like pee-pee dancing this movie because I was like, I'm done with this. I like this movie, but I am done with being freaked out by this. But this is such a good PSA as well. Like, Alice, she starts dealing with these men in real life. She kind of has her rules. I'll never tell them I love them. I never do this. But those guys don't know that. Hell, some women, look at the women in this movie. They're not that great either. This does not demonize men. The women aren't great either. But that's what I love, is that this is like a PSA. These people can find you in real life. These things can happen. Please be careful. So if anyone does any webcam internet shows, even YouTubers, be careful out there. Try not to give out your real address. Try to be safe and actually enjoy yourself and your people who you watch these things. I love the people who comment on my videos, but if one of y'all showed up at my house and was just like, hey, let's have fun, no, not I. Negative. Call me first. No, how'd you get my number? Don't call me. Message me first. Maybe we can set something up. But that's what I liked about this movie. This is definitely a world of horror that I don't think has been expressed yet, and they finally did it. Thank God for Cam, because I think this movie was needed nowadays. So that was it for my review on the movie Cam. I think it's a great film. Go check it out. It's on Netflix right now. A quick hour-and-a-half viewing. I had a great time. I would rank this movie like a 7.5, an 8 out of 10. This is a damn good time. Madeline Brewer is an amazing actress in it. This is such a good time. Check it out. If you did see Cam over the last week and a half it's been out, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of the movie? What did you think of this review? Please give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Also subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week. If you're here for American Horror Story, I have 2 horror story reviews coming up this week. Cannot wait. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week of About Last Night.